And hello and welcome back to another new episode of Dwarf Fortress Stoneembraced. So, I've been building the last few days in game and the last few hours in real life. Wait a sec, what? Oh yeah, she was just interrupted by the giant cave spider just sitting there. And talking about giant cave spiders, so we have one here and oh, what's this? We also found another one. So we have two giant cave spiders now, and one of them is male and the other one is female. And I think you know what that means. I think we will get into cave spider breeding. But before I do that, I need to read up if you can even breed these guys. Because some are not laying eggs, some animals, and then I need to lay egg tags. I think I also need to do this if I ever catch a helmet snake, but I don't have any helmet snakes right now, so... Okay, that's basically irrelevant. Also, another Jabberer showed up. And... which is really nice, but this is... I already found another Jabberer. The problem with the Jabberers is that so far they are all male. And I need a female. But I'm just happy that there are so many Jabberers, because normally they are super rare. Same goes for the cave spiders. By the way, cave spiders, let's have a look. Not that I got another one and not noticing. Nope, but I found a few crocodiles now. And I guess I will train the crocodiles at some point. But the reason why you showed up and why I even started this video, the arena's done. So, welcome to the arena. That's what I'm saying here. So, we have this huge ass arena here with two slots for the fighters, and when I pull the levers they of course will fight each other. This is basically for closing off the whole area so they won't escape. This is where I drop them. By the way, I have to always lock these things. Sometimes you will forget and then they will just escape outside right after you drop them and most likely kill your dwarves. We have a prison zone here. By the way, prison zone, let's put up doors up here. This is for the very special prisoners. And we have an executioner's place. Like, I can put someone on the steel chain and then just shoot them with my crossbows. And the crossbows that are not hitting will land safely in the water here, and it can be reused. By the way, let's also smooth that. I will slowly smooth all the floors in my fortress. That's the next thing that is on the big list. And we also have a drop that goes down 1, 2, 3, 4 levels and then ends in a lot of upright copper spikes, just to dispose of whoever may arise from the arena. So we have a few places to get rid of prisoners. They might survive it, crawl out just to end up in this crossbow trap. And if they survive that, well, they are free to go, I guess. At some point, the gods are with them. Talking about the gods are with them, as you can see, we have a lot of hematite here. So, once again, Nadak granted us something. And in this case, it's iron. And I don't think it's a coincidence that after I digged here, the stone just started to change. So, clearly this is done by Nadak himself. I also announced... where is he? He's not here anymore. Bolter as my priest. Just because, well, he has only his left hand left, so he's not really useful for anything else. What's this? Why is he blinking like that? Don't like people blinking. The Shotzi. Health. Dizzy, nauseous. Okay, she was just outside. Okay. Don't need to worry about that. But I also put up some remembrance slates. Wait a second. While we are talking, let's prepare the arena. This might take a while anyway. Okay, what is what we are going to fight today? Let's have a close combat between troglodytes and Hermpumper, I guess. So let's have a look. I think he's one of the Shining Pebbles. He's not. Then he's a boulder. Neither that nor that, okay. I always thought that Pumpe was part of the group. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at Pumpe. I guess I put him out after he got injured, but as you can see, his injuring mostly healed. His right elbow still has a bit of lacerations, and his first toe, right foot, is broken and it's smashed open, and seems like it cannot be fixed, because otherwise he would have been fixed. And I think it's just cut apart and cut open because the nail is broken and you cannot fix the nail. So his right elbow muscle is still a bit on the bad spot, but has been sutured. Oh well, the doctors did quite a job on him, I guess. So Mr. Pumpe is back on track. So let's have a look if I have a military spot open. I have. So let's put Pumpe in there. No, wait a second, this is Stingers. Yeah, let's put Pumpe in here. Our pump operator, and let's make sure he is not carrying weapons or armor. Maybe I will give him a shield later, but right now I don't want him to have armor. Let's have a fight between Pumpe and the Troglodyte. Pumpe is quite a strong character. I think even as strong as in my fortress, but I cannot be sure. Moving boulders, the law, and everyone. Okay. The reason why they were outside was that I was training sun immunity again. That's why all my entrance is covered in puke right now and vomit. And I am walking back in, which is alright. Okay, so this should work out now. Oh yeah, let's have a look here. I detailed the wall. We have the slate memorials for everyone that died in the ice. So let's have a look here. Bolter was doing it, so I immediately stopped him engraving, because if you have only one arm left, the quality of the work will be worse, and I don't want to have bad engravings everywhere. The other peak tour is embracing SGL Ash flags. That's what relates to the marriage of the dwarf Tsazid Pector with the dwarf SGL. So somewhere some dwarf is set. Relates to the visit of the dwarf Hakel, painting to the sling claws in the late spring of 251. So that is the memorial to Hakel, and then we have the memorial to Mathild. Rodrin is embracing Mathild. The artwork relates to the marriage of the dwarf Trimmad Rodrin to the dwarf Mathild in Port Metal 224. Trimmad, of course, is still alive. Mathild is not anymore. And this is for Haggard. Is raising of division. The artwork relates to the creation of the division and trampled wheel by the dwarf Haggard in late spring 195. So he created an artifact. And Graberman, the artwork relates to the encasement of the dwarf Graberman ringtones in ice and Stoneembraced, the Fortress of Strife in the midwinter of 253. Which is a thing that happened. Then we have Shackle. And Shackle is cringing. The artwork relates to the encasement of the dwarf Shackle, chamber drilled in ice and Stoneembraced. And of course our good old Bauta. And the artwork relates to the settling of the dwarf Bauta, language whipped in Stoneembraced in the Fortress of Strife in 250. I already had a ghost of Bauta running around. I would have recorded it, but sadly I only noticed after I put up the case, the stone case, and that meant that he was being put to rest. Also Palimpar. What is up with Palimpar lately? Dizzy, no wounds or anything, because he keeps stopping working because he is kind of in a problem. Maybe one of his relatives died? Not that I noticed. Emi is his wife. Lord Zephyr is... And he was not befriended with any one of the dead dwarves, so this is weird. But well, I guess we will figure it out soon. When we are looking at the Legends file. Okay, the Troglodyte is in. This is Pumpe. Yes, this is Pumpe. Pumpe, of course, taking place. Wait a second. Why do you... We don't have a champion. I could make Pumpe my champion, but for some reason... Oh yeah, because we haven't rised yet. Like, we have a king, but we only have a mayor. So I guess we will never have a champion, which is a bit bad, but okay. Okay, and someone pulls the lever, and Pumpe, of course, getting ready to get into close combat with this troglodyte. So how is this troglodyte? She is very skinny with a small build. She has shy cheekbones, she has a very broad chin. Her sunken pale pink eyes are very round. Her nose is extremely broad, her teeth are gaped, her short, small, lopped ears are narrow. Her skin is amber, her skin is pale. So, at least she's not like a crazy fighter or something. So, her Pumpe will have an easier time. Kind of hope that he won't get injured. But here we go. It's all about the arena. And who is leaving and who is not. Okay, Pumpe. J. K. Let's go. And the fight is starting. And the wrestler grabs the troglodyte by the left ear with his right upper arm. Bam! First blood. And the troglodyte is unable to break the grip of the wrestler's right upper arm. But he's releasing it himself. And then he grabs him by the second toe, punches the troglodyte in the upper arm, bruising the right lung, and he's having trouble breathing. He's surprised by the wrestler's onslaught. And then the wrestler is charging to her, he's tumbling over walls. And he grabs her by the upper body with his right upper arm, and he keeps punching him, fracturing the bone of his right upper arm, and then bruising again the muscle, releasing the grip, and he just keeps punching her. I think she gave out. Wrestler punches troglodyte in the right upper arm, his left hand at the injured part is smashed into the body. An unrecognizable mess. An artery has been opened by attack. The wrestler grabs her again. And he bends the troglodyte's left foot with his left arm. And the ankle collapses. And she has given in to the pain. She cannot do anything anymore. And the wrestler releases the grip of the wrestler's lower arm on the troglodyte's neck. To that effectively will throttle her, and the wrestler punches the troglodyte in the head with his right hand, fracturing the skull, bruising the skull, and now he's just punching it in the head while the troglodyte is unconscious and slowly giving in. Everything is broken, and Herr Pumpe won this fight against the troglodyte. The wrestler strangles the troglodyte's throat, tearing apart the hair. So much for that. So he chokes out the troglodyte, and Herr Pumpe wins the fight. So we also have another shaft, which is this one, which will be our dumping ground for animals and beasts that have died in the arena. So, Shining Pebbles, Herr Pumpe, you can go home now, while we will dump the body of the troglodyte, and thank Nadak for this fight by also offering him. What are we going to offer him? Let's offer him one of the troglodytes, one of the male ones. It's not Nadak, of course. Our God of Fortress has another name, but we are going with Nadak. We have Nadak on our banners. Panem has been re-elected. That's nice. How's the melting going? Oh, it's a wood furnace. Yeah, we don't need any more charcoal, I guess. The melting seems to be going alright, I guess. Hematite, laminite, let's go. And he is offering the troglodyte to the God of Fortress. Oh, a giant bat is fighting a milker. This milker is doing pretty well. So it's not the first time he's fighting. Okay, and the troglodyte hasn't arrived yet, but there he goes, smashing into the copper spikes, taking the full force of the impact, chipping the bone, tearing the middle spine's nervous tissue. So, I guess that's it for the troglodyte. Oh, he survived. He's pretty bad to cut up, and his upper spine, his middle spine, and his lower spine is broken or torn. mangled beyond recognition. So he's just dragging himself out of there. And runs into the crossbow trap. Flying copper bolt strikes the troglodyte in the right hand. In the nose. Severed part fades off in an arc. Oh yeah, he is having a bad time today. Just have a look on how many crossbow bolts strike him at the same time. And he couldn't even dodge a single one. So maybe he will survive. If he survives, he is free to pass into the wilderness again. But something tells me, yeah, that's it. And let's dump the body. Leave the nose. Dump the body. And here we go. So, now we have an arena. And it's working. The only thing we need now are prisoners for the arena. Because fighting animals and troglodytes is one thing, but fighting a real enemy, well, that's a whole different kind of thing. A giant bat is fighting. Okay, let's have a look. The giant bat throws the milker by her toe. Oh! Oh! She's throwing around my dwarves. That is not nice. And his right ear already took damage. Striking a mega beyond recognition. Oh yeah, okay, so I need to do something about this bat. This bad boy! Numeria, go in and step in, please. Okay, now we need a new project. Now that we have the arena, and I think the new project should either be our... What's happening here, by the way? It should be up. Should either be our love center for Silphone and Jobby, but I think I will just do that off screen. There's not much to do. And, of course, the tavern, because I said that I wanted a tavern for humans. So, we will start the tavern now. What is this? Okay, just water. So, floor. We will need a wooden floor. It's kind of a basement. Not a basement, but kind of a base facility. I talked about putting it in the caverns, but I think it would be great if I can have it here. Just like a little tavern at the front of my fortress. So let's build a floor. And let's make it even bigger. And I think around this water hole. Okay, I need to cut down some trees. Shouldn't be a problem. DT. Chop down these trees. Chop down more trees. Chop down all the trees in this area. I think this is about the right height. Can already start building wall. I will have a 2-store tavern. Downstairs is the drinking area, upstairs is the dancing area, and all the way up will be the quarters for everyone that wants to stay for a while. We will of course serve meat and fine food. Will of course hinder our crossbow dwarves a bit, but it shouldn't be too bad. And I think I will have the entrance in the fortress, not outside. So maybe I can build a few fortifications upside so I can have a second bull tower, basically. And the visitors will come inside, go around here and then go in. It's a bit weird, I know, but it's better than having an opening. Because if there is... Giant bat is no longer raged. Have you killed it? No. Because it's not... if a siege is happening, by the way, the siege stopped. But if a siege is happening, they will not attack your visitors, but they will attack your dwarves. And if they have building destroyers, they will destroy the building. And I don't want that to happen. Okay, Numeria comes in and just stabs the bat with the steel spear straight into the head after a punch into the liver area. And here are going my dwarves. starting to building the floor. It will be a great tavern. It will be the best tavern. And my enemies will pay for it. Anyways, that's it for this episode. And I see you guys on the next episode of Dwarf Fortress Stoneembraced.